Hello, my name is Michael Mendoza and I explain the unexplained. In this documentary, we will focus on the Chupacabra and if we're lucky, capture it on film. Growing up in an Hispanic family exposes you to a great deal of superstitions and folklore. Many people will tell you they're just not true, but others will tell you that they're based on fact and merely have been embellished on over the course of the years by storytellers. Well, now we're going to take you on a journey to separate fact and fiction as we take you on the search for the Chupacabra.
What I've heard about El Chupacabras is it's a legend that started in Puerto Rico. And a lot of people have made the mistake of thinking that El Chupacabras is a legend that's fairly new, like recent. When in reality, El Chupacabras is a very old legend, a legend that has been around for years. It's old as La Llorona. The difference is that El Chupacabras is the first cucuy that went international. And he went international because he was the first cucuy to benefit from the internet. That's the story that I've heard.
Where did it start? Where did it come from? You hear a lot of stories of where it came from. I hear a lot of stories. He's from outer space. He's an alien. He's from Puerto Rico, Mexico. You hear a lot of stories of his birthplace, but no one has really seen the Chupacabra that I know. No one has ever come in and goes, "Hey, man, this is him. This is the Chupacabra," you know. But I could be the Chupacabra.
We're at the Valley International Airport in Harlingen, Texas, and many of the natives here say that they have seen the Chupacabra, and ranchers say that many of their livestock has been killed by the creature. Hold on just a sec. We're trying to do something here. We're a documentary crew, and anyway, who are you?
We're a documentary crew from Scotland. We're here to film The Big Bird. Who are you?
The Big Bird. We're doing a documentary on the Chupacabra.
What the hell is that?
The Chupacabra? Goat sucker?
That doesn't even exist. Why are you doing a documentary on that?
Well, you're the one that's doing a documentary on that big yellow bird from Sesame Street.
Not that big bird. The big bird that eats cattle?
That thing? That thing hasn't been seen in years.
Look, it doesn't matter. We were here first and you better not get in our way.
Trust me, we won't get in your way anyway. I think you've lost your way. Many of their witnesses died long ago. Your creature hasn't been seen in decades. Anyway, if you'll excuse me, good luck on your documentary. We'll go do ours. Come on, let's go.
The term goat sucker is applied to a family of birds which include the whippoorwill, what some people call the nighthawk, here the paraki. These are small birds that are insect eaters, and if you've ever stood around a street light and seen the birds dive and hear that kind of sound, those are the goat suckers. And these animals eat mosquitoes. They don't suck blood, but that is the group of animals that are correctly termed goat suckers. They don't drink blood, they don't attack people.
And I think El Chupacabras is based on something that is real. Something that happened out there that were goats' bodies found drained of blood. Yeah, there's something happened. Was it a Chupacabras? It was something. And from this little things, legends grow and they get bigger. And you know, they go international after they get on the internet, like El Chupacabras.
The Chupacabra that I heard of, there's a lot of things. I mean, some real stories, some just crazy stories. But the Chupacabra that I've heard, like I said, I heard several stories, and one of the stories, he goes out and kills the livestock. What happens is that I've heard that the farmers go out and find their livestock dead with no puncture wounds and nothing, and they blame the Chupacabra, right? Okay, so that's one. The funny side of the Chupacabra would be like if someone's wife run off or someone's bicycle gets stolen, they blame the Chupacabra, you know.
So you believe in the Chupacabra?
Oh yeah, I believe in the Chupacabra. It's marked me several times, especially on the weekends. especially after I just hooked up with a chick. I always come home marked.
How do you know it was the Chupacabra?
Well, check it out. It's like this. I wake up in the morning and my mom's just like, "You look like you just been visited by the Chupacabra."
So you've never actually seen the Chupacabra?
Not really, but check it out. I got this theory. It comes in the middle of the night. It marks you, especially on the weekends. Especially after I just hooked up with a chick.
No está. Así. No, pero así. Así, mira. Así.
I woke up this morning and found the chicken cage like this, scattered on the ground. Right away, I thought they ate my chickens.
It says she went out to feed her chickens this morning when she noticed they were gone from their cage. She looked around and found them dead on the ground nearby. They were scattered a few feet from each other. At first, she thought they were killed by a possum, but she became suspicious when she saw these strange puncture wounds, large holes around their bodies. Their blood was also sucked out, and their feathers were intact.
It's very rare that they have this kind of hole. It doesn't look like a bite mark. A possum or dog would tear chickens apart to eat them. In this case, there are no signs of that. Even their feathers were intact.
Neither nor her neighbors heard anything unusual last night, so they have no idea what killed the chickens. But others, like are convinced the attacker is the so-called Chupacabra.
I believe that there's something strange going on here. That's not coyotes like my dad says, or dogs, or no other strange animals. It's something, unknown. We don't know.
These mysterious monsters reportedly attack at night. They are believed to have killed hundreds of chickens, goats, and sheep in Latin America. Their fangs are said to leave large holes in the necks of the animal whose blood is supposedly sucked out. She believes these creatures exist and have made their way to the valley. She's concerned she and her family are no longer safe at night.
It's scary. I'm not safe at night. I like to go at night. I'm not safe at night. Now I'm, getting scared.
As a matter of fact, Friday we had a call where the citizen complained that they found their pets, 2 dogs, and some chickens that were dead. Animal control supervisor who investigates these cases went out there and looked at the surrounding property, investigated the call, and to her findings, she estimates or thinks that probably could have been a coyote or some other form of animal. Though the owner claims to have seen a flying animal in the middle of the night, a dark, huge animal, but there was no indications on the property or the animal. Though they did find some punctures in the neck that we haven't seen in any other animals, but it's something that's still being investigated.
Hey, haven't you ever had when you were a kid, didn't your mom have chickens or birds or pigeons or whatever, and go out there and find them drain? Everybody knows that. Tlacuaches do that. Everybody knows that. Tlacuaches, possums, drain blood out of chickens every day. So hey, got to do better than that.
Sure, I believe in it. Came out on X-Files, so it's got to be true. It was episode number 4.11. That's season 4, episode 11. So if it came out on there, you know it's got to be true. Wait a second, the government isn't going to see this, are they?
In primarily rural areas, there are lots of legends that are evoked by fairly natural phenomena. The talk of vampires, space aliens that drain the blood from animals. These are pretty much fanciful notions that may have some basis in fact, but perhaps misunderstood fact. To the best of scientific knowledge, the only vampires that we have anywhere close to South Texas occur about 100 miles south of us, a little animal called Desmodus rotundus, the vampire bat, which you can find as far north as Jimenez, Mexico. And the reason that its range is limited is because they're cave dwellers, and we just don't have many caves here in South Texas, at least southeast Texas. You have to get into rockier country before that becomes a factor. So even the smallest vampire bat, which does indeed occasionally bite cattle and lick their blood, doesn't get this far north. But as far as we know, there aren't any vampires living here in Texas, two-legged, four-legged, winged, or otherwise.
Hell yeah, I've seen it, man. After a night of kicking back with some buds, drinking some buds, smoking some buds, I start tripping and seeing shit. Like this one time, I got a hold of some good-ass weed, right? And I started tripping God so bad, you know? You know, I live way out in the boonies, right? And I could have sworn I saw it running away from Bigfoot or something, man. I got so fucked up that night.
I had seen it from here to here, you know, like so, and but he was kind of reddish in color. His skin, he was kind of reddish. His eyes pop out like a real reddish color. As a matter of fact, he was like very intense. Like I saw him like real glittery, a lot of glittery going on and flashes all over the place, you know. So I was amazed, and he was so intensified that for a second, man, I had to clean my eyes because my eyes were in tears. So it was really, you know, it was devastating to my eyesight.
But he's not a nice guy. He's rude.
Well,
why is he rude to you?
Well, he wanted to see if I could go on a trip with him to his galaxy. See, he lives on the other side of the sun. It's an entire universe over there, see? Again,
with most legends or legendary creatures, you have a certain number of people that claim to have seen it, really believe they've seen it, and there's a variety of explanations for that. But the fact remains that anything big enough to attack fairly large animals and drain them of their blood would leave some physical evidence. And if indeed there is a viscous material that's been found at some of these sites, we have technology today, mitochondrial DNA, you see it every day on television in forensic files, that we would be able to tell if this material were from some living organism, either of this world or perhaps another, and no one has any forensic evidence to indicate that there is a living form that's caused any of these incidents. Like so many other things like crop circles, biologists would tend to believe that these are man-made incidences, and until proven otherwise, until there's some physical evidence of some animal form, all you need is a hair or a piece of skin to look at the DNA and tell whether or not this is indeed a living animal form from this planet.
We have tried to do some kind of forensic type of investigation with the police department, but if it's not a human death, they will not investigate any further than that.
What is the government's stance on the Chupacabra?
Anything regarding the Chupacabra is considered confidential.
Are you allowed to tell me if one exists?
No comment.
Is it an alien?
No comment.
What color is it?
No comment.
Does it have a gender?
No comment.
Have you seen it?
No comment.
Does it smell?
No comment, sir.
Do you have one in custody?
No comment.
Part of it is the drought, that there are animals looking for food because it hasn't rained in a long time. It's a dog, it's a coyote, you know, it's something like that. It's explainable.
Teresa also believes the Mexican government and Mexican media may be to blame for the craze over the Chupacabra. She says the mythical creature makes residents forget about their country's problems.
So that they don't think about the economy and how bad things are in Mexico. And I see some of that. I do see some of that happening. I mean, you see a Chupacabra in Spanish language TV every single night. And so they're sort of reinforcing this fear that people have.
So says those who believe in the Chupacabra are not necessarily ignorant or lack an education. She says it all goes back to the strong beliefs of Mexican folklore. He says stories like that of the Chupacabra come in cycles.
So you have the Chupacabra, you replace it. People replace it, and sometimes it is a psychological, release. And I do think that sense that it is working, to sort of relieve the Mexican population from the hard, times that they've had and that they will continue to have.
So tells us once we're past this drought and the Mexican economy improves, we will probably hear the last of the Chupacabra.
Whether some people believe that the Chupacabra goes for hibernating period or something like that, and then reappears again through so many years, like between every 10 to 7 or 6 years, because it's always been like that there's certain time that it shows up all over the nation or in many parts of other countries, and then all of a sudden it goes like into hibernation.
If they were migratory means that they go from north to south, and they have to move from north to south, going north and coming south, and this time of the year they'd be going south. So that means if that's true, then we can expect to see the same Chupacabra that attacked here ought to be making its way down to San Fernando or Ciudad Victoria or something. So we'll watch for that. And you would assume that if in fact they were migratory and they exist, then there would have had to have been many more of them previously. And that increase in populations and interstate highways and 18-wheelers and Border Patrol agents with guns would decimate the Chupacabra numbers. And so it'd be fewer of them. I don't buy the migratory story or the fact that the Chupacabra has always been around. That doesn't fit any logical pattern for me. It would be more realistic for me that the Chupacabra has just arrived, that the Chupacabra is a result of some genetic experiment gone awry, that our pals from outer space are down here combining genes with deer and goats and they get Chupacabra. I mean, who knows? But that is, I think, that's pretty far out there, but I opt for that. That's why we don't find these Chupacabras, because they come up and down, or maybe they can shift shapes, or they can go through dimensions, or they can, X.
Like one version of the story says that El Chupacabras is an alien from outer space that comes in a UFO. Some people say they see blinking lights in the sky when El Chupacabras, before he appears, and then a beam of light shoots out and out comes El Chupacabras. Some people say that it's big, some people say it's the size of a small child. They all generally, for the most part, tend to agree that it's green, it's got red eyes, and it feeds on livestock, but it has a special preference for goats, particularly small goats, because they're the baby goats have fresher blood.
I saw him as I was going to buy me some tacos over there by Zamora Street here in San Antonio. I saw a bright light in the sky, and he was like when I was going to Zamora Street. Chupacabra was on a big mother spaceship, and I believe that my car, his UFO had magnetic electronic field, so they were pulling me up there, and he said to me, "You know what?" And I said, but he did a remark on me where I didn't like it, but I would show it on film, but he just split. Mm-hmm.
You're never gonna find them. They came back and took them all back to their home planets.
So you're telling me the Chupacabra is an alien?
Of course they're an alien. They've secretly been living here, conducting experiments on livestock and on humans.
Well, you know this how?
Because I was on their mother ship. They conducted experiments on me. They planted a microchip. I kind of vaguely remember an anal probe. All I know is that sometimes I hear voices in my head giving me instructions, telling me what to do. That's why I'm here, because I know that they're gonna come back here and pick me up because I'm one of the chosen.
The Chosen? What's that?
The Chosen, once the Chupacabras come back to the planet Earth, they're gonna exterminate the human race, and it will be up to the Chosen to repopulate the planet.
So you're telling us that you're one of the Chosen? How'd that happen?
Obviously, they wanted a finer male specimen of the planet, and they chose me when I was walking home alone, and they took me to their mother's ship.
Okay, well, what do they look like?
I can't tell you. What's with all these questions? They're not gonna come for me if I tell you.
Well, show us the microchip.
I can't do that. I can't tell you, because the government has eyes everywhere. You don't work for the government, do you?
No, we don't.
Good. I hope not. I like you. If you're nicer to me, if you're nice and treat me right, I will put in a good word for you, and we'll come back and pick you up. So once the Chupacabras eliminate the human species, it will be up to us to repopulate the planet.
Us? Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
It's another mystery, one that can't figure out. He found his goat dead early in the morning here, puncture wounds throughout his body. But how he died, he has his suspicions it is a feared Chupacabra.
Porque tiene muchos agujeritos en todos lados, en las manos, aquí.
He has bites all over his body, on his legs, on his back, and on his neck. It might very well have been the Chupacabra.
I want to get in on this because I'm always hearing about Chupacabra. I'm going to go and look for dog wounds, we're going to finish this story right now,
Yeah. Alton Police Chief Fred Orner examined the goat to try to dispel the Chupacabra myth. He found 5 single puncture wounds. He says one of the more bizarre circumstances is that it appears the goat was sucked dry of blood. Hardly any blood was found in the animal, and at the scene only droplets of blood are on the ground. He says he has dogs who keep out other dogs who try and attack, and says none of his chickens or other animals were hurt.
Pues algún otro animal, porque los perros míos no hacen nada.
My dogs wouldn't do this, and they don't let other dogs in here. They protect. Chief Orner examined for signs that the goat was attacked by dogs or was shot. He found nothing, and he says the markings don't fit that of a dog bite. He says the wounds would have been much more severe.
A canine is going to bite on both sides of a leg. The wound is only on one part of the body.
After his exam, he couldn't determine what killed the goat.
It may have well been the Chupacabra. I can't say it wasn't. I have no evidence.
He says until he knows for sure what killed his goat, he will keep a closer eye on his animals.
Well, we have tried to get some form of proof or evidence, but due to the animal, or there's no vet could be able to determine that type of, since there's no record of such animal or such creature, so there's no way we can determine whether how the creature looks or how to establish a connection between DNA or something to that effect.
False. We have all the DNA of all the megafauna. So if you have a DNA sample that doesn't match anything that exists, then that's the same as having something to compare it to, because you're comparing it to what exists, not to what that doesn't exist. So that your public health official needs to go back for biology 101.
Here we are in the brush of the Rio Grande. We're in the middle of an area where many Chupacabra sightings have occurred. We've been here all day hoping to finally catch a glimpse of this now infamous creature. Do you hear that? Let's see if we can finally catch this monster on camera at last. Come on. Rick, you're rolling, right? Look, there's the dropping. Come on. Hurry up, Rick. He's coming. He's right around. Come on. He's around. What are you doing here? We're here for the Chupacabra.
We're here for the big bird.
I told you that Muppet hasn't been seen in years, decades.
It's not a Muppet. We've got more chance of finding that than your stupid alien.
Alien? It's not an alien.
That's right. You're the alien. You better go hide before I call immigration.
Y'all turn your cameras off while I show this Scottish hussy a thing or two about my alien rights. Ugh.
But I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Well, and again, if there was something that had wings flying over South Texas with an 80-foot wingspan, more than one or two people would have seen it.
I myself and a colleague here at this university, while traveling in Mexico 20 years ago, on a mountain range, due south from here, as the crow flies, maybe 225 miles, up around 5,000 feet on the mountainside, coming around a switchback, looked across the gorge over to the other side of the same mountain, and stopped and said, "What in the hell is that?" And thinking that it was a cow. Now that's how big. So if you can imagine the perspective of looking across, you're looking straight across probably, I don't know, maybe 400 yards. And so you can imagine looking out 400 yards in a field and seeing cows, how big those would be. That's how big this thing was. And there's no cow up on the mountain at 5,000 feet in that mountain range. And taking out the binoculars and looking, it was a bird. And it was an enormous bird. No bird that I had ever seen. I'm still not over it. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a condor off track from California or what it was, but that thing was sitting, perched on a rock, and it was at least sitting down like that, 6 foot, and I never saw it extend its wings, but if you have the body that's my size, and that thing flies, you're talking probably 20-foot wingspan. Now, I saw one of those. So that exists. That's real.
Other people have compared el chupacabras to a big bird of South Texas. Now, mind you, I was only 7 years old at the time, and the only big bird I had ever seen or heard of was the one I saw on TV. I was traumatized for life. It was a couple of years before I could watch Sesame Street and not cry when the big yellow bird would appear.
Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street?
Here we are in another area in the South Texas Valley that's rumored to be visited by the Chupacabra. We've been here for several hours and yet we've seen nothing. In fact, there's been no signs of life whatsoever. So one could hypothesize that everything around here has been completely devoured by the Chupacabra. How was that, Rick? I think it was pretty good, man. I felt really into it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, you know what? This whole area was also supposed to be haunted by La Llorona. You think we could do an extra story, maybe a side story, while we're waiting for the Chupacabra to show up? What? Do you see the Chupacabra? La Llorona? Man, I don't scare easily. What are you trying to tell me? Man, you're wasting my time. My mom tried to do that to me when I was a kid. Be home before dark, mijito, or La Llorona will come and get you. What are you trying to do, be my mom? You're not still rolling, are you? Man, I'm gonna take that tape from you so I can edit that out. Anyway, just keep rolling, right? Okay, 3, 2, 1. The legend of La Llorona goes like this. It happened centuries ago when a Spanish nobleman decided to marry beneath him. From that marriage came children, but soon after the Spanish nobleman left the children and the wife to fend for themselves. Now, out of spite, or perhaps out of necessity, the woman took all the children to a nearby river and drowned them one by one, letting the kids' bodies float down with the current. After she realized what she did, she then killed herself, and so now her spirit is forever tormented to walk the earth, forever searching for her children.
Yeah, so do you believe him? Do you believe in him or not? And that's what makes it's mystical. That's why I like the Chupacabra, because it's mysterious. Some people believe in him, some people don't. It's a folklore, just like a lot of our cultural folklores. A lot of people believe in La Llorona and stuff. A lot of people don't. It's just your culture. So I believe in the Chupacabra. Yeah.
No le tenga miedo al Chupacabra. Son rumores y habladores nada más.
it's real. Mom always said if I don't behave, the Chupacabra would get me. But then she said that Santa and the Easter Bunny were real. Mom!
I believe that every single legend, every single Cucuy legend, be it Chupacabras, be it the Devil at the Dance, the Vanishing Hitchhiker, La Llorona, is based on something that happened. That over a period of time, through way of mouth, sometimes can get vastly exaggerated and changed into a story.
Here we are once again stalking out the Chupacabra. We're deep in South Texas in the middle of nowhere, in an area where people have reported strange happenings, weird lights, and there's even been reports of UFOs. And that's why we're here, because there's a theory that the Chupacabra may in fact be a space alien. Therefore, we'll stay until something extraordinary happens. How was that one, Rick? Is that good? Cool, man. Just keep rolling. I have a really good feeling about tonight. I have a good feeling something's gonna happen. I think we're finally gonna see the Chupacabra in action. Ah!
No, wait, you were supposed to take me. I'm the chosen. I'm the chosen one.
Don't be alarmed. He's okay. Now, the reason that he's been hiding for years and years and years is that he took a very small 3-year vacation. Andaba en el beach con girls allá, etc., etc. So now, what he told me was that he'd be around. He's going all over the world now. See? He's going to be seen.
We haven't been able to determine whether it does exist or it doesn't exist. So we have had cases of unexplained death of animals throughout the year. So whatever's causing these animals to die with certain unexplainable punctures or wounds is still out there. So we can't confirm, though we cannot deny it does exist or it does not exist. So something's out there and is killing these animals.
Well, one of the things that you have to always take into consideration, if humans, well-intentioned or otherwise, can't explain something, they can come up with some pretty fanciful ideas or interpretations of what it is they're seeing. People automatically assume something to be bizarre or strange when in reality it might be fairly normal or something that we know exists.
I hope like hell that there's another weird animal sighting that arrives, and I hope it gets here soon, because it gives me business, and because more importantly, it's fun. I mean, it is just absolutely wonderful to see how people react, to have new creatures, both real and mythical, entered into the array of animals that are real or mythical, that are believed to exist, whether it be duendes or whatever we're talking about, big birds or chupacabras. It's all real cool stuff.
Some women think that el chupacabras, there's a little bit of a romance to it, the mystery of the beast, and we have Mexican wrestlers that have taken the name El Chupacabras and they wear the mask, and it captures the imagination.
El Chupacabras de otro planeta, Zapata, Texas, aquí quedó.
They sing about it. They make piñatas of it.
El Chupacabras.
So it only seemed appropriate to celebrate it. It's the first worldwide Chupacabras festival.
So have you seen the Chupacabras yet?
No, I have not. I'm yet to see him.
Is that a
Chupacabra snow cone?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's what keeps the chupacabra alive.
Uh-huh.
You want them?
Sure. Very good. It's a festival which brings to life the mythical chupacabras, which legend says sucks the blood of goats and chickens, a legend once used to scare children into behaving.
I had my granddaughter here from Wisconsin, and I said, don't you go out because chupacabras is in there.
And the festival is drawing in a crowd, bringing tourists from far away.
We're bringing people out to see our beautiful community.
It's something this small town hasn't seen since the lake here virtually dried up, killing tourists. It's said that chupacabras usually appears during a drought. Tales of the creature started popping up here, so locals decided to take advantage of it.
The chupacabra, I think, kind of surfaces, if you want to say it that way, whenever we have a drought or something like the chupacabra. I think it kind of goes along with hard times, but that doesn't mean we have to stay with hard times.
And everyone is getting into the spirit of the blood-sucking event. The festival even brought in a unit to donate blood, not to the chupacabras.
Perfect time to give blood, why not?
This food booth is selling chupacabras fajita tacos. And how do they taste? Real tender.
Isn't it good?
Mm-hmm. Very tender. You didn't think a chupacabra would taste as good now, would you? And these are the alleged remains the chupacabras left behind. This wrangler is ready to catch the beast if he comes too near. Police are also playing along with the festival. Have you seen him around anywhere? Have there been any sightings of him?
Yeah, right now he was chasing Church's chicken.
So you're kind of closing in on him.
Yeah.
We finally spotted the green-bodied animal chasing his next prey. But fortunately, police did catch him. And what did the chupacabras have to say? Are you remorseful at all over what you've done?
No, I'm not sad.
If we let you go, will you kill again?
Yes.
Police say they will interrogate the red-eyed monsters to see if there are any more lurking in South Texas. And if there are, you can bet this town will have an even bigger festival next year.
Our investigation is complete. The lack of evidence shows the chupacabra does not exist. Do not panic. Even if it does exist, we are not allowed to know of its existence. Disregard everything you know about the chupacabra.
From my point of view, the chupacabra is a farce. I liken it to the crop circles. I think it's a man-made hoax. And until someone shows me some forensic evidence or mitochondrial DNA or some kind of evidence of something else, that's where it's going to stay, in the realm of myth and legend.
As long as storytelling exists, cucuys will exist. And they will make appearances in different places. And if you don't hear about appearances by cucuys, then you're just not asking the right people.
I just long for the chupacabra. I don't want him to go away. I want him to come back. Son of chupacabra.
Yo no sé por qué será, pero quieren las muchachas. Ahí viene el chupacabras, ahí viene el chupacabras. Sabrá Dios por qué será que cautivan las muchachas. Ahí viene el chupacabras, ahí viene el chupacabras. Muy abusados, pues dicen que no respeta. Dicen que es muy amoroso y se aparece por las noches. Se te tira en el pescuezo y te da de chupetones. Llegó, llegó, el chupacabras. Llegó, llegó, el chupacabras. Llegó, llegó, el chupacabras. Llegó, llegó, el chupacabras. Yo no sé por qué será, pero persiguen las muchachas. Ahí viene el chupacabras, ahí viene el chupacabras. ¿Por qué razón que cautivan las muchachas? Ahí viene el chupacabras, ahí viene el chupacabras. Ándale. Un saludo especial para mi maestro en acordeón, Jorge Salinas. ¡Vámonos! ¡Vamos!
investigation is complete. The lack of evidence shows the Chupacabra does not exist. Do not panic. Even if it does exist, we are not allowed to know its existence. Disregard everything you know about the Chupacabra.